Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Juliet. In case you're new here, I'm a Pearson Test of English tutor. And here on this channel, what I basically do is teach you tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can pass your Pearson Test of English. In today's video, I want us to look at tasks that can help you ace your Pearson Test of English. Have you been writing the Pearson Test of English and you don't even know why you're not getting the scores for the modules or in the modules that you want to get? Or is this your first time writing the Pearson Test of English and you want to ace it just at one sitting? Then this video is for you. I want you to just sit tight and listen to me while I try to explain the task you need to do. In this video, first of all, I will be analyzing some of the past results of my students, and that way you'll be able to know the tasks that you can focus on to pass your exam. Now, for the Pearson Test of English, the modules have a way of impacting each other, unlike the other English exams like the IELTS or the TOEFL. Let me better explain this. Now, for the PTE speaking, remember the modules first of all are the speaking, writing, reading, and listening. So 4 modules. We also have the same modules in the IELTS especially, and I think for the TOEFL too. But for the PTE, one thing that makes this exam unique for me is that some of the modules will impact the other modules significantly. For example, the speaking module would contribute scores to both the reading and the listening modules. And it's not going to be adding few points to those modules. It will be impacting them positively and heavily. So that is one of the reasons why I like the Pearson Test of English. Now, sometimes that means that when you score or when you have a low score in one module, it might not necessarily mean that the tasks that make up that module would be where you need to improve on. No, sometimes it might be that there are other modules that you need to improve on some of the tasks in those modules for you to be able to get a high score in the other modules that you failed in. I'm going to explain it better. If you get 50 in the PTE writing, it means that it might not necessarily be the 2 tasks that make up the writing. Maybe you didn't do well in them, that's why you're getting 50. No, it might be that you didn't do well in the PTE listening or in the PTE reading, because the PTE reading and the PTE listening have a way of boosting your writing scores significantly, especially the PTE listening. PTE listening impacts your writing score so much. For example, if you score like 40 or 50 in the PTE writing and you want to score like 65 or you want to score 79, it might not be that is the PTE write essay or the summarize written test, that those are the tasks that make up the writing. It might not be that those are the places where you're making a mistake. It might be that you're not doing well in either PTE reading module or the PTE listening module. Why? Because the PTE reading and the PTE listening impact your writing score significantly. Yeah, so there are tasks in the PTE reading and tasks in the PTE listening that impacts the PTE writing. Such tasks in the PTE listening that would impact the PTE writing significantly will be the last task in the PTE listening, which is the write from dictation. The write from dictation, you'd have about 40 to 45 marks coming from the PTE listening, going to the PTE writing. That is, the PTE listening will contribute between 40 to 45 marks to your PTE writing. That shows you the importance of this task or these modules. So if you do not do very well in a particular module, that does not significantly mean that you didn't do very well in those tasks. The only module that other modules will not impact heavily on will be the speaking module. The speaking module, you would have to do those tasks very well, knowing how to do it, knowing what is expected of you. That way you get your score. If you don't do well in the speaking task, then the task of the speaking module will be where you need to improve your skills on, okay? Not from the other modules. But for the PTE reading, if you don't do well there, then we'll look at the PTE speaking, okay? So these are the few things that I need you to know before I delve into the thing I want to talk about. Now I'm going to be looking at the points I have here so that I don't make a mistake in the things I want to share with you today. I have them written down here. All right, so we're going to be looking at some test reports of some of my students. Let's see what they would have done better, the tasks they would have focused more on, and how they would have improved their scores by focusing more on some tasks so that they could have gotten the desired score that they wanted. The first result I'll be looking at will be one of the results of my latest students. This score was sent to me sometime this week. Yeah, so in this result, you can see, I'll put it on the screen. She had 81 in listening, 64 in reading, 90 in speaking, and 67 in writing. If you've been following my previous videos when I was trying to explain how your PTE score is graded and what you need to know about your scores, and you would understand what these students want. This student wanted to get 65, as in her desired score is 65 across the different modules. Yeah, but you can see that reading score at 64. So that means she didn't get 65. She would need to rewrite this exam. Okay, I think I'm going to be putting the video that explains this result in my description. So do well to check the video, the link on the description, so you understand better when I say someone needs 65 and someone needs 79 or 90. But look at that score there. This student got 90 in speaking, so she mastered the speaking score, which is very wonderful. Look at the listening score at 81. Then you look at the writing score at 67. Juliet, what could have been the reason why this result is like this? If you look at the speaking module here, she got 90. That means that she mastered the score for read aloud, repeat sentence, describe image, retell lecture, and answer short question, especially the read aloud and the repeat sentence. She mastered the scores there. Now, why did she get 64 in reading? If you look at the reading score, it's at 64. Then you also look closely at the writing score. It's at 67. Is there any relationship between reading and writing? That's what should be going through your mind. Yes, there's a big relationship. The reading module has a task, the first task in the reading module, which is the reading and writing fill in the blanks. Now that task would impact your reading score and your writing score. It's going to be giving you between 20 to 25 marks to your writing. Okay, so if that student had focused her attention there on that reading and writing fill in the blanks, it would have boosted her reading score as well as her writing score. That way, she would have maxed out her scores for both reading and writing. Okay, so it is not too bad. I mean, I give it to her. She did very well because she hadn't gotten 90 before in her speaking. But thanks to the tutorials from me, and yeah, she also put in a lot of effort, she was able to get 90 in her speaking, which is very good. So currently, she's working on improving her reading, fill in the blanks, and that way she'll be able to max out the score for writing. Let us also see, she got 81 in listening. So she hasn't really gotten out all the scores for listening. I know some people will be like, oh, but it's a good score. Yeah, it is. But she can still get 90 in listening. So she can also look at tasks like summarize spoken test or listening, fill in the blanks. These two tasks can help get her to that 90 in listening and also help her in the writing. If she didn't do well in the write from dictation, of course, she won't get up to 81 in listening. So she would have done well in her write from dictation. So write from dictation is not the problem here. She would need to look at listening, fill in the blanks, or summarize spoken test for her to take up that listening score to 90. But overall, she tried, but she will need to rewrite the exam to take up that reading score to 65. All right, let's look at the second test report. I'm going to put it out on the screen here so you can see it. You can look at it while I explain what I have to explain. Now, I sat down to analyze these results. Now, if you're having any of this kind of scores, remember to play this video over and over again. I mean, it's free to play this video on my channel, okay? All right, so this person had 73 in listening, 64 in reading, 76 in speaking, and 64 in writing. Okay, this person wanted 65 as well for her nursing registration, but she had 64 in reading and 64 in writing. What are the tasks that this person needs to focus on? This person needs to look at read aloud. I know she had 76 in speaking, okay, but that doesn't mean she has maxed out her score for the speaking. She can take this speaking to 90. Most of my students get 90 in speaking. So she will focus on read aloud, repeat sentence. Why? Not only to boost her speaking score, it would also impact her reading score positively, powerfully. And it also impacts her listening score because speaking would give between 20 to 30 marks to your reading, and it will give between 40 to 45 marks to your listening. So these are very important tasks that you need to look at to boost that listening score as well as the reading score. Now let's look at another task you can look at to improve her scores. She needs to look at write from dictation from the listening module. Yeah, if she does that write from dictation, it will boost her listening score. It also boosts her writing score. Another task she can also focus on with the reading and writing fill in the blanks in the reading module. If she does that, it will boost her reading score. It will also boost her writing score. So these are the tasks that she needs to focus on to boost her score in her next exam. I hope it's making sense to you. Now we're going to look at one more last one. This is another latest result. This student wanted to get 90 or even 79. 79 is like band 8 and 90 is like band 9. When I mean band 8, I'm talking about the IELTS equivalent, okay, of 79. Then when I'm talking about band 9, I'm talking about IELTS equivalent of 90. This student was really very interesting because he took his classes seriously. Yeah, he was really determined to pass when we were having the classes, and I really like that about him. Shout out to my student. I'm not calling his name. If he sees his results, he would know. Now, what he needs to do here, he got 66 in listening, he got 80 in reading, he got 73 in speaking, and 63 in writing. So when he saw this result, he felt so sad. I said, no, you just need to give it 1 week and then go back and write this exam, and you will blast and get that score that you need. What should this student do, Juliet? That listening is at 66. I know the reading is at 80, but the speaking is at 73. And recall that speaking module would impact listening module and reading module heavily. Okay, so this student will need to work on repeat sentence. Yay! Repeat sentence is, for me, is the most important task in the PTE. Yeah, so this student will need to work on repeat sentence. If this student focuses on those 10 to 12 questions, or focuses on practicing more from repeat sentence, building his fluency, as I have taught him, his pronunciation, yeah, he'll be able to take up his listening score. It will impact his listening score positively and also boost his speaking score to 90 because he's actually close to getting 79 or 90. Okay, now what else? This student will need to focus on write from dictation. You can see his writing score at 63. I should have asked him, did you finish this exam? Okay, he needs to focus on write from dictation because you can see that listening will add between 40 to 42 or within 40 to 45 marks to the PTE writing. Okay, so for him to get 66 in listening and 63 in writing, then he needs to boost his write from dictation. He needs to make sure he gets the words. He gets almost every of the word. He needs to make sure that he finishes those 3 or 4 questions that they give to him on exam day. Another task here that I think he can also work on to improve his reading will be highlight incorrect word. Highlighting correct word will give between 10 to 12 marks to the PTE reading. I don't know if you know of this task. This task will contribute is a listening task, but it will contribute between 10 to 12 points to your PTE reading. Why will he look at highlight incorrect words? Yeah, because it will help boost his reading score. Okay. Though I'm not ruling out read aloud because he still got 73 in speaking. So he can also look at his read aloud and try to maintain his fluency and his pronunciation. Another task I have here that this student needs to look at will be the reading and writing fill in the blanks. Why? To help boost his writing score as well. Because reading and writing fill in the blanks, which is the first task in the PTE reading, would also impact your writing score heavily. So these are the tasks they will need to look at. I don't know if this result analysis is helping you. I just want you to know that you can send me your results. I'm going to analyze it free of charge for you. I'm not going to charge you. You can send it to me through my WhatsApp number or my Instagram or on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram at English_prep class and on Facebook at English prep class. And then my phone number can also be found when you get to my Instagram and click on my bio. You will see my phone number. You can send me your result and I'm going to look at it together with you and tell you the tasks that you need to do. Can you do the PTE on your own without a tutor? Of course you can. Yeah, you can. I mean, I've met some people that said, oh, they did the PTE on their own and they had their score. Just that you might not know the tricks, the tips and the strategies that you might need to put in place, or the tasks that you really need to look out for you to get the high score that you need. That's why I'm here. You can buzz me to be your tutor. I can help you ace your Pearson test of English, even in your first attempt. Well, I'm not bragging, but I know it's something you and I can work together and achieve that score. Now, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. If you're new here, please click on the subscribe button because my analytics at the of YouTube tells me that I've got a lot of people watching my video, but they are not subscribed. I mean, it's free to subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram. I share results. I share 1 or 2 things that can help you pass your Pearson test of English. I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye.